For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone here with men's basketball coach Joe Golding. A huge game tomorrow at Moody Coliseum as the Duquesne Dukes from the Atlantic 10 Conference come in. We'll talk about that in just a sec. Coach, a couple of days since the game against Tulsa. Those games are hugely important, win or lose, especially early in the season, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think, especially where we're at as a ball club right now, we want to get better every night out, and we were a little worried that we might not get off to a great start. I thought we'd shoot it better than we did, but we didn't. But I think that's what you go play. You go play teams like Tulsa that have been in the NCAA tournament, that have got 4 starters back, that won Conference USA, a really, really good team early, and you find out where you're at, what your weaknesses are, and where you got to get better. And that's what these games are about. Unfortunately, on the flip side of that, you don't want to lose any confidence. You see teams around our league and all low major leagues right now traveling around the country getting paychecks, and there's a fine line right now with this team, just staying confident and continue to believe that we are better than what we were.
That was part of your message to them afterwards, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I was proud with our effort for the most part. We obviously didn't. What I didn't want the excuse to be is we didn't hit shots. We're a good shooting team, but there's going to be nights when shots don't go in, and we got to get it figured out when those shots don't go in, how we stay in games and can still score the basketball, and that just can't be an excuse. That's going to be a tough way to go for 29 games. If we don't hit shots, we're not going to win. So that's not the mentality I wanted.
You were a little concerned before the game about how this team would react. And while you did bring a lot of guys back, you had a couple of guys who hadn't played against a Division I team in almost a year, and Harrison Hawkins and Ladarian Williams, and a whole bunch of freshmen. Did you see any of the bright lights in their eyes? There were a lot of banners hanging in those rafters.
Yeah, there was. You know what? We got off to a pretty good start.
Did.
We were winning 5-2, and you go back and watch film, it could have easily been 10-2, and so. We got off to a good start. I thought we guarded them well for 40 minutes. It's kind of different than how we've guarded in the past. We kind of changed a few things, but I thought 65 points against a team like Tulsa that can really score the basketball. I didn't think it was bad. Offensively, we struggled. Our execution, we struggled with a little bit. We obviously didn't hit shots. We never got in a rhythm.
You got a lot of shots you wanted, though,
yeah, we did. I think watching tape, I liked the shots, But then again, we got to be able to score it inside, and we got to be able to go to the free throw line. That's how you end runs, and so we got to continue to try to fix that.
Isn't it funny how this goes in any sport for a coach? When you have something that's a little bit thin, that seems to be challenged early on. You didn't have Riley Payne, and what happens? Boom, in the first, 2 or 3 minutes, you get Durant Porter, one of your bigs, with a couple of quick fouls. Give me an update on Riley's status and his potential availability for Saturday.
He practiced last night, and he actually looked pretty good. So I think he got treatment all night, and he's been one of those air boots, I guess they call it, and kind of icing it and keeps the swelling down. And he was in treatment this morning. He's in treatment right now, and I think he'll be able to practice this afternoon. He seems to be getting better. If he has another good day today, I would expect him to be a go.
Joe had an impassioned speech in chapel on Friday, trying to fire up the troops. If we had a choir at ACU, he would have been preaching to them, trying to get them to come to the game. It's hard to overstate, Coach, really how big this game is in terms of a visiting team coming in. I don't know that there's been one with a better pedigree. There have been games you've played in some that had more on the line, playoffs or whatever. But in terms of a pedigree, Duquesne's awfully impressive. What do you look for tomorrow? What do you expect? What kind of atmosphere do you want?
I want to quit watching tape on Duquesne because they're really good. They're very skilled offensively. I think our fans and people that show up to the game early are going to realize that real quick when they run out of the tunnel. For warm-ups, they look like a mid-major Division I basketball team. It's a team that beat a top 10 team in the country last year, and to do that, you got to have some players. And so they're really good. They're well coached. Coach Ferry, this is his 3rd year. He's building that program. I kind of, look at his program kind of how I look at ours. We're kind of in the same spots. We keep trying to build it with some young kids and developing guys in the program. But they're really, really good. They jumped us really good down there at their place. We got a bunch of guys that remember that. So obviously getting off to a good start is going to be important for us. I really think, Grant, our guys have worked extremely hard this summer, and they've worked extremely hard this fall. We're really close. I really believe that. I told our guys that again last night. I want them to be mad we lost at Tulsa. I think last year we were just happy to be at Maryland and happy to be at Iowa and happy to be at Xavier. And so I like that. I thought we had one of our best practices last night, and that's a good sign. But Duquesne's an awful good team, and so we've got a tough challenge ahead of us, and we need a crowd. We need some support, and our student body is just as much a part of this as Julie and I, as being head coaches of these basketball programs. We need the students to get behind. Any type of crowd support in a basketball game can change the game, and it actually can help you give you some points. And so it's gotten a lot better, and we're hoping to continue to grow that.
Well, it's going to be a big ACU crowd, but also a big community crowd, because all Big Country school districts, students and employees will get free admission to the game on Saturday. Abilene Independent School District, Wiley, and all the Big Country School kids and employees will get into the game free. ACU versus Duquesne, 4 o'clock tip at Moody Coliseum on Saturday. For Coach Golding, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.